So is hair dye safe if you have a thyroid issue, if you have an autoimmune issue, or is it safe if your hair is falling out? Okay, so this is a question we're going to cover today because I had someone reach out to me and ask me this question, and I'm simply going to give you my opinion and the theory behind it on what my thoughts are. Hey Sky, I'm just doing a live video. You can either come here or you can shut the door, please. Okay, shut the door. Properly shut the door. Well, you told me that you had lunch. I'm not going to argue with you whilst doing a live video. Okay, so for those of you who don't know me, I am a mother of 4 children and currently one is hungry. When aren't they hungry, right? So for those of you who don't know me, I am a women's health mentor and I help people pinpoint the root cause to their autoimmune problems, their thyroid issues, their sleeping issues, their energy issues, and help them recover without using band-aid fixes, okay? Because quite often, and I've been there myself, quite often we go looking for the thing that's simple and easy to try and get our health back. And sometimes that actually makes the situation worse. Also been there myself, okay? And we want to find out why we're having these problems and actually fix the real problem. And one thing that we all come into contact with, I am about to sneeze. This is a terrible live video. Sneezing and kids grumpy at me. Okay, so one thing that I realized was that the chemical load that we come into contact with is huge. It is literally huge. It is in all of our cleaning products. It is in our personal care products. It's in our makeup. It's in our shampoo. It's in the hair dyes we use. It's in our flippin' toilet paper and our tissues, okay? The chemical load that we come into contact with is actually huge. And this is not just something that I'm making up. I have a friend who actually had autoimmune problems start straight after she had her hair colored. Okay, now this is 30 years ago, so it may have changed these days. I honestly don't know what they put in hair colors these days. I have not done the research on this. Okay, but 30 years ago, my friend had a very, very bad reaction to hair coloring, like to the point where she was losing her sight whilst sitting in the salon with the hair color on her head. It was burning her scalp. Like, that's how bad it was. And she has had problems ever since. She's working on her recovery, okay? And so, yeah, I know that hair dyes are a huge stress to the body. Now, they may not have changed. They may have changed. I don't know. I am just telling you what my experience is with this. And with my experience, chemicals are a huge stress on the body, okay? And this can create more autoimmune problems, more thyroid issues. Stress has one functionality. It has a sequence, and it doesn't matter what type of stress we come into contact with. It can be medications, it can be diet, it can be mold and toxins, it can be chemicals, it can be a trauma. Like, it doesn't really matter where the stress comes from. It still has the same physiological reaction in the body, okay? So my theory is, my pure heartfelt way of living is to reduce how many chemicals I come into contact personally. Now, everybody has to make this decision for themselves, okay? We're all trying to work in the right direction. Like, there's no need to try and do it perfectly. It's all about moving in the right direction. And for me, it's more about reducing the chemical load that I come into contact with, reducing the chemical load that my children come into contact with, and my husband as well. And simply by reducing that, my husband has less histamine reactions, less hay fever, less allergies, less sneezing, less snoring, okay, by simply just changing that. Okay, and you know, they sell washing powders that are supposed to be sensitive for people who are sensitive, but did you know that those ones actually have more chemicals, and they use a chemical to mask the fragrance in the washing powder? Now, the fragrance is usually the worst part of it, and they use a chemical to mask the fragrance to make it sensitive. Like, you know, it's just crazy the things that you learn. And that's my theory on that, is that I reduce the chemical load. So I choose not to dye my hair anymore. I used to. You can scroll back through my photos. I used to bleach my hair like you wouldn't believe. Okay, I used to go and get that streaks, right, and foils, and I used to color my hair orange colors and copper colors, and do it all. Okay, but I choose to now, and this is my personal preference. You don't have to choose the same thing. That's totally up to you. Okay, but because of my learning that I've been doing, and for the last 2.5, 3 years, and helping me on my journey, I choose not to color my hair these days. And that's a huge thing, because, I'm almost 40 and I don't want grey hair like anyone else. I don't want to get grey hair and get older. But did you know that when you actually have a buildup of hydrogen peroxide in your scalp, your hair goes grey, or it falls out, okay, from that buildup of hydrogen peroxide, and that is caused by stress. So I reduce my stress load by reducing my chemical load. It's a vicious cycle. So, hopefully by reducing some of the stress load on my body and my family and my husband and my friends, that's going to help me and them, okay, by having less grey hairs, less hair falling out, less autoimmune problems, less thyroid issues, okay, simply by reducing that stress load in my life. So everyone, like I said, everyone gets to choose what they want to do themselves. You have to do what's right for you and for your family. This is just simply something that I have found for myself and my health and my husband's health, okay, and my son's health as well. So if you've heard his story, so yeah, you make up your own mind on this one, because I don't want to be the one telling people that they can't go and get their hair colored. I love how people, I love how people would do that pink and purple. Like, I'd love to be able to do that. But for me and my thinking, I don't do it. Anyway, you make up your own mind on that one, and I will see you very soon. You have an awesome day. Oh, if you're watching live, let us know live. And if you're catching this on the replay, then you know what to do. Let us say replay. Okay.